In this video, we will show you how to replace your rear drive shaft assembly on this Acura MDX. This will be located under your vehicle. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. To be able to replace the rear drive shaft, you need to make sure you're in a safe location that you can raise and support the vehicle. We're going to start dislodging the rear drive shaft from the front area here, and we'll make our way all the way towards that rear differential. Keep in mind, you need to make sure that you have your wheels chocked if you have any wheels on the ground, so the vehicle does not roll away. Now in this area, you're going to find that you have four 14mm headed mounting bolts holding the drive shaft in place. We're going to have to remove these. You may find it's easiest if you're able to spin the drive shaft. Let's start removing the mounting hardware here. We'll inspect as we continue on, replace as necessary. Now that we have all the bolts out of there, go ahead and take hold of the drive shaft. We'll give it a wiggle and separate it from the yoke. Now we can rest this down and continue making our way rearward. Now we're at the center carrier bearing here. Still using our 14mm, we can start dislodging these mounting bolts. Now we can start lowering this down, and we'll continue making our way towards the rear differential. All the way back here, once again, we have four of these 14mm headed mounting bolts holding the drive shaft to the rear differential yoke now. Keep in mind, these are the last pieces of mounting hardware holding the drive shaft in place. Now continuing on, we need to pay attention to the fact we still have this strap in place, and all the way up at the front, we're going to be sliding the drive shaft deep into this area so we can start dislodging it from around the back side where the exhaust is. Just try to lift that up, slide it in there. Okay. Now that we have that out of position, the next thing that you need to do is clean each one of the mating surfaces. We'll start with the differential yokes. For this, I'm just using a wire brush. You can also use some sandpaper, but whatever you use, you want to be careful not to cause any damage. We're just making sure that there's no raised areas. This feels good. Let's move along. Okay friend, let's prepare for installation. We'll go ahead and take this and we're going to bring it right through that center mounting bracket there, slide it all the way up along the front, and we're going to tuck it in along the driver's side of that front differential yoke. Now we can start trying to pivot this. We're going to have to bring it up and over our exhaust so we can start aligning it with our rearward yoke, and we'll bring this rearward. We're starting in the center for those mounting bolts. We're only starting in the hardware. We'll snug everything up in the end here. Now we're up in the front here. We're going to get this in position. Align your mounting bolt ports. We'll start in each one of these mounting bolts. When you go to tighten or torque this, if you find that it wants to spin on you, you can use a small prying device. You just want to go right in between this area where the U-joint is, which will prevent it from spinning. The torque for these is 53 foot-pounds. We'll just double check these real quick. Let's make our way to the rear of the drive shaft. Get all these bolts started in here. do a double check here. Now we're done back here, let's make our way towards that center point. Now in the center, we're going to snug these two bolts. The torque for these is 29 foot-pounds. Okay friend, we finished our installation. Make your way out from under the vehicle, lower it back to the ground, take it for a road test, make sure you don't feel any odd vibrations coming from the driveline. Aside from that, thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.